Rick Sky here, and this video is in response to Michael's comment on my channel. And I wanted to show how I have the IR, the infrared, configured with my Sony a7 III in the Ronin S. So the first thing is go into your Sony, assuming that you're using a Sony Alpha, like an a7 III, go into your menu system, go into your settings, and you've got to make sure that this setting right here, and this, again, this is how it is on Sony Alpha, this particular model, a7 III, make sure your remote control is set to on. Because if it's not, this is not going to work. And the next piece, this cable that came in my Ronin S, you can see I've got it connected into that side. And then when we go to the front, let me turn this around here, you can see it's positioned right here strategically. And see that little hole right there on the front of the camera? Or I shouldn't say hole, I should say infrared sensor. That is where this needs to point. Now I will say, and this is just kind of a curious discovery, but I will say that I've been using this particular remote with my Sony Alpha camera, used it with a7R II and now the a7 III. But for whatever reason, this sensor, regardless of how I positioned it, whether I put it closer or further away, right here seems to be optimal. But there's times where I will still have to push the record button right there, that little red button, a couple of times before the recording will stop and start. So let's power this on, and I'm going to give you a quick demonstration here. So obviously you got to power on the base of the Ronin, and that's been a pain point for a lot of people, understandably so. And then you got to power on your main Ronin. Wait for everything to initialize here. And actually I should have pushed shutter button before. You don't want to touch the camera when it's under gimbal operation. But see, now I'm in video mode, and with this position like that, what I should be able to do is press record here, and it should start recording. And it did. So that time it was pretty much instantaneous. Now let's push stop. Okay. Let's try it again. Record. And now let's push stop. Okay. So that seems to be optimal, because I was playing with this. I think I was probably just exhausted, because I felt like an idiot. And this Sony a7 III obviously has USB-C, and then it also has micro USB ports. So I was fumbling with those cables. I was doing firmware updates. I was digging through the internet trying to find a solution, and my stupid self had the solution in the box with the Ronin S, and it was this cable. Now this cable, you'll notice how it's sticking like that. This is a semi-rigid cable. So if you've ever dealt with a pipe cleaner or something like that you can bend and it'll hold the shape, this is what that does. I wish they had made created a better design for this, because I know I can zip tie this and do all sorts of creative stuff, but it's kind of, I'm not saying it looks cheap, but I will say this Ronin S is built like a freaking Ferrari or something. I mean, it's very well made. But that little piece right there to control the the stop and start recording, the shutter button, it's kind of goofy, but it works. And just to demonstrate, I'll push record again. Boom, here we go, it's recording. Push it again to stop. Now with other makes and models of cameras, there may be some that you can actually use the included micro USB or USB-C with. But I mean, with Sony Alpha, it's kind of goofy. See, that's the HDMI right there. It's kind of goofy that with Sony Alpha, you've got on the side here, you've got USB-C and micro USB. And most anyone would probably assume that that's probably how it would communicate. And I don't understand why, at least with this current firmware version, why Sony isn't allowing control by way of USB, because that would be such a cleaner experience. Because if this camera would allow control over USB-C or micro USB, you would just run the USB-C or micro USB-C cable from there directly to your camera, and then you wouldn't have this goofy little infrared thing sitting in front of the camera's IR port. IR, I guess you'd call it port, IR reader, sensor, whatever. But anyway, that's how I did it. Hope this video helps. Hey, Sean Coonery, do you have something to say? He said, yep. He said, that took forever. So thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check the link within this video's description. You can find where to order the Ronin S and a whole lot more. And if this video is of value, be sure to like and share with others. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and feel free to support the channel. You can support my channel in many ways. Check the link within this video's description. The most epic way to do it is to support me on Patreon. Thanks for watching, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Iric Sky here. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It's viewers like you that enable my channel to continue to grow. Thank you.